Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another review, another video. Now this one is a bit different. See, I've done 162 videos of late, and I've not done a single negative review so far. And the big reason I've avoided negative reviews is that, I believe that you come to my channel to have a good time. And if I do a negative review of a fragrance which is dear to you, I don't think you'll enjoy it that much. That's been my primary reason for not doing negative reviews. But a very good friend of mine, and he's been a subscriber and supporter for a long time, Rex, a couple of videos ago, suggested that I do a video on fragrances that didn't impress me. So I thought it was a good idea, and I thought I'll start with niche and I'll do one for designer, and we'll take it from there. So the intent is not to cause you any agony or any hurt. If any of these fragrances fall in your likes list, I'm just starting with 5. I'll do 5 niche and then follow it up with 5 designers. Yeah, and I'll tell you the reason why I was disappointed by these fragrances. So let's start. Number 1 fragrance is a fragrance I absolutely love. The fragrance is fantastic, but the performance and the price make it a very disappointing choice. It's Creed's Millésime Impérial. I love that fragrance. Adore it, but the moment I spray it on my skin is when agony starts, because I know that this is going to go away in about 45 minutes to 2 hours time, depending on my skin chemistry. It could be just my skin chemistry, but I've heard and read that a lot of people have performance issues with Millésime Impérial. So the smell, if you've never smelt it, it's a very beautiful smell. It smells dry, airy, salty, like you're standing by a seaside having a watermelon, juicy. It's one of the most beautifully crafted fragrances I've ever come across. Sorry, but the longevity is the big problem, and especially when it smells something so beautiful, you want it to smell. And the price is also very expensive, right? It's 250 British pounds for 100 ml. So you can't really just reapply because it's gonna really hurt your pocket. I've heard there's a clone, there's a good clone. And there are quite a few good ones. So one I've heard about is the Rush of the Unicorns. I'm going to try it. But yeah, that's in my number 1 in my list, is because of how beautiful it smells, how brilliantly it's been conceptualized and created, and yet the performance is just abysmal. So that's one fragrance which disappoints me a lot. Still does. So yeah, I'm going to try out a few good clones. Number 2 in the list is a fragrance which uses musk. It's from a house which I've been looking at lately. It's the house of Nicolai. Yeah, Nicolai is one of the most talked about houses at the moment in the frag com, and for right reasons. Their fragrances are amazing. Their fragrances are very high quality, but they lack one critical factor to be a very successful niche house, and that is they lack originality. I've tested 8 of their fragrances, and all 8 remind me of something or the other. Now this one doesn't remind me of something in particular. It's called Musk Intense by Nicolai. But when you talk about musk, you are treading a very thin line between failure and success. Why? If you look around, you will get Kasturi musk, which is the Indian Himalayan deer musk. Real stuff for about 9 or 10 pounds, maybe even 15. But real musk is an absolutely all-conquering scent. It just envelops you. Real deer musk for just 15 pounds. Yeah, absolutely stunning. And it'll take you ages to go through this bottle. Ages. This is probably a 10-15 year it's going to last you. It's that strong. Put a little tiny dot, rub it, and you're sorted. That's musk. Now, if you make something like this, which is synthetic, doesn't have the complexity of real musk, and you start charging people 178 euros for 100 ml, you get into the disappointing territory very fast. This is why I find this disappointing. It has notes like pear, rose, musk, a hint of floral, probably jasmine or violet flower or both. Yeah, I mean, this is so pedestrian when it comes to a niche fragrance. Doesn't make any sense. It's highly disappointing. So musk intense. Now, if you really want to try a mainstream decent musk fragrance, I would recommend Lorenzo Villoresi Musk. Now that is beautiful. That fragrance is amazing. This is very feminine, that leans feminine too, but that is beautiful. Yeah. If you want the real deal, just go to eBay and look for Kasturi musk. You will get, and once you smell Kasturi musk, you will know what musk should be. You know, so that's why number 2 on the list is musk intense, which is basically a complete waste of money and too much money for something which is just so pedestrian. So that's number 2. Number 3 on the list is a house which I am still enamored by. It's a brilliant house. It's a highly creative, very high quality raw materials. They are just basically, they've set the Fragcom on fire. Everybody's talking about them. It's a house which is called Arij Ledore. The name of the fragrance is Baikal Gris. Now, when you talk about Baikal Gris, when you name a fragrance Baikal Gris, and when the name of your house is Arij Ledore, people automatically expect big things. So imagine Baikal Gris. Imagine Baikal Lake. You're sitting by one of the most wonderful natural wonders, most pristine natural beauty on planet Earth, surrounded by beautiful forest, lovely fresh air, beautiful blue deep water. You know, that's what comes to mind. And what do you smell? You smell this. Fuller's Earth. All you smell is clay, 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 and more clay. Yeah? Oh, absolutely, you know, just doesn't make sense what they've done here. So the notes are ambergris, fir, cypress, cypriol oil. Yeah, where is all that? All I'm smelling is clay. Literally, like smelling tub of clay. Now, ambergris, we all know how beautiful ambergris can smell. Pick any creed, right? I named Millésime Impérial. There's beautiful salty ambergris in Millésime Impérial. Where is ambergris here? Yeah, where's the greenness? Where's the airiness? Where's the beautiful, pristine feeling of purity? None of that. It's as if somebody has just gotten hold of you and stuffed your nostrils with clay. All you smell is clay. Yeah. So this one was a major disappointment because I've recently tried about 5 or 6 of the fragrances and some of them are just stunning. Here is one, Kohinoor. I'll review it soon. One from our own fragrance community, Nikhil. His channel's name, I believe, is Exotic Scents or whatever. He's changed his name. It's I think Perfume Guru or something. Fragrance Guru. He's involved. What a beautiful scent this is. When you make fragrances like this and then you churn up something like Baikal Gris, it's a polar opposite. It's a sheer joy, sheer disappointment. That's how big the difference was for me. And especially when you call something Baikal, I mean, I'm a big fan of nature. And the moment I heard the name Baikal, I was expecting big things. None of it here. Really awful. Well, it doesn't smell foul at least. The next one does. This is a house which I have been very interested in trying fragrances from. It's a house of kerosene. The name of the fragrance is Pretty Machine. This fragrance is foul. I wouldn't even bother smelling it because I'll tell you what it smells like. It's supposed to be a manly floral. It's supposed to have notes, I've just got a whiff of it. It's got notes like linden flower, neroli, excuse me, orange blossom, this, that and the other. What it smells like is completely opposite. It will stun you how bad this smells. You know, have you ever cooked fish? And before cooking it, have you ever gutted a fish? So, nowadays in supermarket, you go and you get gutted clean fish. But buy a fish and gut it. Wash it off, get it ready, put it aside. Your sink is going to smell of metallic blood smell, fishy smell, slight mud. It smells like that. It smells of blood, metallic blood. It smells of fishy smell. Something really off-putting, extremely off-putting. Yeah, that's how poor this fragrance is. I know they're trying to be creative. I know the person has got some really good fragrances, but this one, I do not know how on earth you could release a fragrance that smells so disgusting. Yeah, Pretty Machine is downright disgusting. Okay, that's number 4 on my list. Absolutely awful. Number 5 is even worse than Pretty Machine. It's so bad that the moment you smell it, it'll drive you incandescent with rage. It's again by a house which is respected immensely. It's making waves. It's the House of Zoologist. And the name of the fragrance is Panda 2015. My God, is this bad. It smells so awful. It smells extremely vile. I wouldn't even bother smelling it. The big mistake I did was I put a spray on my hand when I received these samples from a good friend of mine, and he sent me about 9 of them. The moment I put this on, it was like an absolute disaster. I wanted to cut off my hand. It was that awful. It just wouldn't go away. You wash it, you scrub it, it would not go away. What does it smell like? It smells as if a panda has barged into your garden where you've got all your laundry, and he's basically done his business on your laundry. Yeah, and while he's at it, he's probably jerked off onto it, and it's just awful. It smells like, poo, semen, musky body smell. It's absolutely vile. Yeah, and I do not understand, how can you release a fragrance substance which smells this awful and call it fragrance and then charge people 150, 200 pounds or whatever it is. I believe there's a new version called Panda 2017, but I'm just questioning the sanity of the person who's decided to release this to the market. And I'm sure there are bottles around. It is the most awful thing I've ever smelled, which has the name of fragrance on it. Absolutely awful. If I talk a little bit more about this fragrance, I'll start swearing. It's that bad. If you have a sworn enemy, just sneak up to them and just put a spray on their shirt, the back. You would have taken your revenge. I'm telling you. So, it's difficult to do these reviews because you get emotional. Anyways, I hope you like this review. I hope this gives you some value. And if you do like it, let me know so that I can do a few more of these reviews. I've always stayed away from negative reviews. I want to do one for designers as well. But yeah, if you didn't like it, let me know. Take care. Bye-bye.